All right, business information technology. Here is your next little Photoshop task. In our last lesson, we put Barney on the moon. We learned a little bit about this trick of masking. Now today is going to be a similar assignment, except you get to be a little bit creative today. I want you to pick the pictures, and here is what I decided to do. Oh yeah. Hey, who doesn't want a nice bowl of ice cream? I don't blame this toad for going after that ice cream. I mean, come on, look at it. It looks really good. So I've got a toad trying to lick some ice cream here. But, you know, the combination that you come up with is going to be up to you. The only thing that I require on this is school appropriate. You have to have something that is school appropriate. All right, so I want to show you right now the process. I'm going to kind of go back through how to do this a little bit. So here's one that's already done. I'm going to go ahead and close that, and I'll even close my pictures that I have here that I'm going to use to do it. I'll just start this from scratch. So let's look at how this is done again real quickly. I'm already in Photoshop. I'm going to click File, and I'm going to click New, and I'm going to start off with a web preset, and we'll just keep this 800 by 600 size. Okay. Now, the next thing that you'll have to do sooner or later, what you're going to have to do is you got to get out on the internet and get a picture. Now you can see the ice cream picture that I found here. Now I also did a Google search for like a frog with its tongue out or a toad with its tongue out, and I found that picture too. So when I found the pictures that I wanted to use, I did a right click and save image as, and I saved the pictures. Now it is true here that bigger pictures work better. So when you are looking for your pictures, you can check on the size right here. And I actually accidentally clicked that. Didn't really mean to click that. But you look at the size of the picture right here, and the bigger they are, the better this is going to be. If you have little bitty tiny pictures, you might kind of struggle to get this done very well. So bigger pictures do work better. Alright, so do your best to find some larger pictures. Alright, I'm going back to Photoshop. I've got my new document here. So I'm going to click File and click Open because I want my lizard, my frog. Now I would need to browse around. I've already kind of found the folder that it's in, so I'm going to scroll this down, and there he is. Toad Tongue, this is him. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. Now remember that over here on this tab that says Untitled, I've got my white background, and then here's the toad. Now this part is not really new to us. I'm going to come and take my rectangular marquee tool. I'm going to drag it over that picture. I wouldn't have to use all of the picture if I don't want to. I could use just part of the picture. I'm going to reselect that if my computer will let me. All right, now I'm back at it. I'm gonna just select, you know, a chunk of that picture. There we go. I got the frog with his tongue, so that should be fine. So now that I have that selection, I'm going to copy it. I'll do Edit, Copy, or you can do Control C if you prefer. And I'll come over here to my other image, and I will paste it. And there we go. And it just depends on the picture that you use. Do I need to transform that a little bit? Well, maybe just a smidge, because I got a little white showing at the top and the bottom. So I'll transform it just a little here and make it a little bit larger, and see if I can get this laying in here the way I want. All right, that's starting to look pretty good. I'm going to move him over to my right a little bit, because I know that I want to set the bowl of ice cream over in this area right here. Okay, so that's good. I'll go ahead and commit to that, and I've got my frog in place. All right, so now my next step here is going to be to open my ice cream. Now I've got it saved in this folder. Remember, you'll need to have, get pictures off the internet or use something that you've got, and the combination is up to you. You do whatever you want. All right, ice cream's right here. I'm going to open that up. Now we will do the steps we did yesterday. I'm going to take my lasso tool, and I'm going to drag this lasso around the ice cream. Doesn't have to be perfect here, because remember, we can kind of clean it up. in just a minute. So I'm just going to take it around here, get back to where I started. Got that. And there we go. And I'm going to copy that. And I'll come over here and I'm going to paste it. And there we have it. All right, so the ice cream is sitting there. It's not sitting in the right place, and I think I need for it to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to transform with Control T. And I will size that down some and move it over into this corner a bit. A little bit smaller. And that's looking pretty good. And I'll commit to that change. Now what I need to do is clean up around the edge of that ice cream a little bit. So this is where we use what's called a layer mask. Remember yesterday I said a mask covers things up. We're not really going to erase the things that are around there. I'm going to cover them up. Alright, well to start my layer mask, I go to the layer menu, I go to layer mask, and I'm just going to do reveal all. That's an easy way to get started. Layer menu, layer mask, reveal all. Now remember the trick from yesterday is to use a paintbrush, just the brush tool, with black paint, and I can carefully paint around the edge of this ice cream. Now on my particular picture, you've got this white background with this white ice cream, so it's a little bit hard to see the edge that I need to paint. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to zoom in on this picture. Now zooming in is available on the view menu, but I like to use the keyboard shortcut, which is to hold the control key and then tap the plus key. It's control plus. Zoom out is control minus. So I'm going to zoom in, control plus, control plus, control plus. That's a scary view right there. Now if you need to move the picture around, here's a fast way to do that. Hold down the space bar on your keyboard and then just drag the picture where you need for it to go. And you can also, and my computer's responding very slowly for some reason, so sorry for that. Okay, got my ice cream into place now. So now I've got this black paintbrush and I'm carefully going to paint around the edge of the ice cream. And again, on my particular picture, we've got a lot of white going on. White ice cream, white background, white bowl. Yours might not, obviously yours might not be like that. I hope not. Makes it a little bit harder. So I continue painting around here, and I'm going to do this pretty quickly because I just want to get this demo done. I think you'll remember this part from yesterday. Now you want to be as careful as you can because you want it to look good. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. The lighting of your two photos doesn't always match up, and it doesn't always look just all perfect and everything, but I want to do a decent job. I want to try and clean it up best I can. I told you yesterday that we're learning this, we're practicing. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. So don't sweat it if things aren't just completely fabulous on your first couple of tries. You'll get better at it as you go. So I'm working my way around this bowl of ice cream here and just scrolling around. It looks a little funny because I've got that one green M&M right there, and there's a lot of green grass in the other picture. It kind of looks like there's grass on the ice cream or something, but there's not. Alright, so I'm just covering up all that extra stuff that I don't want, and that's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to press Control minus to zoom back on this, and I'll also use my spacebar trick here to scoot this over and try to get it in the middle. And there we have it. I've got this toad with his tongue out. He's about to enjoy some ice cream. Now, it's a goofy little picture. It's very silly, but I'm using the trick of masking in Photoshop to get the job done, and that's really what we're after today. So again, your rule here is school appropriate. You have to keep it school appropriate, but you can make a kind of a combination photo you're going to take one photo and then take another photo and take something out of one photo and put it onto another, I wound up with a toad eating ice cream. Now when you get it done, we're going to go up here to File, we're going to go to Save As, and we're going to get to your network drive, and we're just going to call this Mask 2. Alright, yesterday Barney on the Moon, that was our first little exercise with masking, so today will just be Mask 2, M-A-S-K 2. And I already had an old one called that, and on this maximize compatibility thing, click OK. Now I'm not going to show it to you in this movie, but when you get that done, you can head up to My Big Campus and you will be able to submit your work on, I think it'll be Photoshop number 5, and it will say Mask 2 on it. So that's it. That's your mission of the day. You're going to get a couple of pictures off the internet, work on some kind of combination like this. We're using the same trick that we used yesterday with Barney on the Moon. And when you get it all put together, save it, submit it, and I will see you next time.